At the unit, it's easy to measure the growth through project, internship, or leadership position. But by my second year, I have experienced what I'm proud of, and they also left me with a question. So if tell where my CV, then who am I? So I entered the IMC class expecting to learn how to communicate with other people. But instead, it became a journey of understanding myself, and this didn't tell that journey. So our first stop is the clearing. One of the favorite memories this semester was the scavenger hunt. I was placed in a team with completely strangers, and honestly, I can see that everyone at first was trying to make a good impression, including me. So the funny thing was that most of the challenge required us to work hard and completely forget about looking cool. So we had to pose dramatically in public, but somewhere between those outward challenges, we have shared laughter, and something changed. Nobody was trying to impress anyone anymore. So we enjoyed the experience together, and that was also when the teamwork became the smoothest. And later on, the chapter 1 helped me understand why. It explained that interpersonal relationships develop when people move beyond surface level performance and interact as unique individuals. Looking back, we didn't connect because we were impressive, but we just connect because we stopped performing. And next is the Storm Garden. One of the biggest lessons came from a real conflict. So our group was the first team presenting for the A grade student assignment. So we disagree a lot on ideas and how the presentation should come together. And looking back, we have few options. We could have avoided the discussion, simply agree to keep the peace, or keep pushing our own idea. But none could have solved the real problem because the chapter 12 introduced a different approach, which is collaborating, finding the solution that consider both yourself and others. And at the same time, the chapter 9 taught me that emotions are not obstacles to communication, but they are clue. So when I start focusing on who was right instead of asking why I feel sad or frustrated at that moment, I realized that something important, that I wasn't trying to win an argument, but I just care about the qualities of our work. So we share the same vision, but we have different approach, and I think that is the key point that changing the way that we solve the problem. Yeah. So instead of defending the idea, we start explain our concern and listening to other perspectives, which also apply of the approach collaborating. So just like that, we found the common ground, and I think that the biggest lesson there wasn't the conflict management, but the self-awareness. So my emotion revealed what I values, and understanding the values helped me understand myself a little bit better.
Okay, now entering the last stage. So through the KNAP relational development model, I start classifying people under the passive level like classmate, and I just noticed a profile pattern. The relationship I hold closest are often based on complementary personalities, people whose contrasting traits challenge me to step out of my cognitive bias and see the world differently. So this table realization follow me outside the classroom. Like at TEDx, I discussed the industry vision with the general director of TikTok, or in Movie Showcase, I engage in deep conversation with the actors there. And they specifically center around long-term career development and finding one true purpose. And the chapter 1 and 10 emphasize that communication is transactional, meaning it's co-create among people. The storyteller did not simply pass through my life, but through the meaning we co-create, the quality I admire in them actually reflect the value I want to develop myself, like the curiosity or the authenticity and purposeful storytelling. So in understanding who inspired me, I decode who I am becoming. So initially, I was a small seed looking outward at corporate to define my worth, but this course taught me that identity isn't a static line on the CV. It's something you discover through communication, like through authenticity. I start performing through emotion, I found my values, and through connection, I saw the person that I'm becoming. So my achievements show that I have done, but my relationship and value reveal who I am. And thank you, Professor Andy, Tiklan, Tizian, in my class for being a part of this journey.